What is going on, guys? This is Amal from TechLeatherCraft. In this video, I'm going to do something a little bit unorthodox. It is still related to tech, but it is more around sound and about my YouTube channel, for example. But it is also a good option if you are into smartphone video work. If you have like an S10 or iPhone and you want to get some awesome sound. This package just came in from B&H. This is the Rode Wireless Go. It is one of the smallest wireless lavalier systems I've seen. I thought I would do a quick unboxing. If you are interested, of course, I will be using this in the future to make more videos. There's a couple of reasons I picked this up. First, it is super small, super lightweight. It's perfect for my Panasonic G7 or any mirrorless camera that I'm using. But also for my S10, I think this would be an awesome option if you're getting into doing video work with your mobile phone. But for me, I actually prefer using lavalier mics. Now right now I'm recording this on the on-camera mic, which it may not be the best sound quality, but I want to show you guys really quick. This is what I normally use. This is the Tascam DR05. It's just a portable sound recorder and a lavalier mic. This is a mic, it's kind of a generic mic, and so it works alright for me. I've actually enjoyed using this for voiceovers and just in general of the video. It does a really good job at sound isolation. So I actually prefer this lavalier system, and what I was really hoping to do is have this replace this. Of course, I will still use this, but this allows for a little bit more flexibility and freedom. A couple things to keep in mind, guys. The wireless lavalier systems are super expensive. I actually researched these just for personal use and also for like my church, for example. And wireless lavalier systems go from anywhere from $400 upwards, and so it just kind of depends how much money you want to spend. For example, Rode's kind of original, their filmmaker kit, which is a little bit large, which is larger than this, is $400, and of course there's higher end ones, and the cheapest kind of generic ones that I found at the time were maybe $300, maybe $270 at the least. Of course, those were like the generic companies, and so this is $200. Now that may seem like a lot, but if you've researched this kind of gear, you know this is actually an awesome price, and for what I think this offers, this is a really good option if you're just starting out doing video work, either with a camera, like a dedicated DSLR, or a smartphone. Now, I will say if you have a smartphone, you do need to get, it's a little cable, it's a TRS, like 3.5mm cable that you need to plug in. You can go check, I think it's the Rode SC-7. Go research it a little bit. I think it might depend on what phone you have in general, especially with older phones. The newer phones, I think, are a little bit more standardized. But go check out Amazon reviews. They'll tell you which cable you need. I will probably be picking up that cable for my Galaxy S10. So the point of this video, though, is I want to do a quick unboxing. I've seen several videos talking about how the sound is and how it functions, but it didn't. They kind of bypassed or kind of quickly went over what was included in the box, and I really wanted to do kind of a deep unboxing of like to show you what comes with it. Alright, so kind of built into the packaging is a quick start guide. There's actually no text on it, so it's all a very simple picture based. And here are the systems. Here is the Rode system. We'll see if we can pull this out. Alright, so here are the two units. One is a transmitter, one is a receiver. It looks like there's a USB charging cable. Actually, it looks like there's two USB charging cables included to charge the systems, and then they are clipped on. We'll get to that in just a second. Here are the two dead cats. These are meant to go on to the transmitter unit to provide some wind resistance. What's cool about this unit is that you can attach a lavalier mic if you wanted to, but it actually has a lavalier mic built in. So if you want to go super lightweight, super minimalist, you can actually do that with this. This is the Rode connector. This one is specifically made to connect to a DSLR. Like I said, there's a version of this if you want to connect it to your smartphone, which you do have to buy optionally. Some basic safety and reg information, and a little pouch. So this Rode pouch is a nice option. I kind of wish they had included something a little bit more sturdy, for example, like, you know, neoprene cases like this are actually fairly common, and they do all right with protecting electronic equipment. And maybe the mics themselves are fairly robust, but I'm so used to carrying like the hard shell cases for like the DJI cases, or something hard like hard drive cases, for example, that has hard plastic molding. I kind of wish they had included something a little bit more durable, and maybe they have enough trust in the finished product that they don't think it's going to get damaged and that this is sufficient. It's just something I was kind of hoping for, a little bit more heavier duty protective case. I do like that the charging mechanism on these is USB-C, because a lot of our tech now is USB-C, so that's super nice, because you can actually then use like your cell phone charger, for example, if you wanted to charge these up. I do wish they had kind of included like a split or a Y cable, so it was a single USB to dual USB-C, so you could just take one plug and connect, using one cable. This is the Rode mic lapel hooked up. I'm not using it with a separate lapel, it's just clipped on. One of the things I would mention, the cables are actually super nice. I'm not a huge fan of these Velcro things. I always appreciate when I get a cord or a charging cable and it is branded with the company's logo on it. It's super handy to keep organized. The times when you grab a bunch of cables, like USB-C cables, and you kind of want to try to stick with using the cable that came with the device. And so I always appreciate when companies do that. It's just a nice sign of quality, but also just in general, just super helpful in when you're getting a kit together to make sure everything is organized according to device. That little Velcro thing I'm not a huge fan of. I will probably just end up using one of my cord holders that I normally use to organize it. And so this is actually a really nice option if you're interested. The way these work is you circle the cable around and you just kind of clip it tight, and then you can just unravel it completely if you want. And then what's nice is it stays on the cord, so you never lose it. So I'll probably switch out all my cables that came with this system. Let me know what the sound is like. I've actually been playing with this on my G7, and I think it sounds pretty good, at least on the video I recorded earlier. I won't be doing any audio effects or any noise reduction or amplification or anything like that. So let me know how it sounds. This is the transmitting unit. This is the part that would be on, for example, the person who is speaking. There's a hookup right here for the 3.5mm. If you had your own lavalier mic, for example, you could hook that up. But one of the cool features with this system, one of the main reasons I picked it up, is you don't actually need a lavalier mic, because this is its own mic right there. And you can see there's two little tabs here, and that's what these furry dead cat things are supposed to clip into, I guess. And on the opposite side is, I think, the power button. Now these do come paired from Rode automatically between the two. I think the only kind of other downside I will point out is these are paired as units. My understanding is if you bought this as a kit with a transmitter and a receiver, there's actually no way to add another transmitting unit. So if you were doing two-person sound, for example, like at a wedding, you could not use this system to mic up the bride and then the groom, for example, separately. You would have to have basically another pair of these linked up, and then of course you would need to actually then have a system to record both channels. For example, the Tascam, the basic simple one, won't do that. You would need a little bit more complicated audio recorder in order to capture both of those channels. So that is one downside to keep in mind. Things that Rode did here was they do have this clip mechanism on both the transmitter and the receiver, and so you can actually just clip this on, for example, onto a shirt, and the receiving unit, you can actually clip this onto like a cable or something. But what's nice is that this is a perfect width and dimensions to clip onto a hot shoe of the camera. It'd be a really slim profile design. So I will just use this because I'm shooting with my regular camera, but this is a smartphone holder. I won't go into it, but maybe I'll talk about it in a different video. But it has a hot shoe on the top here, and so what you could do is you can slide that in there. Of course, if I had the patch cable or the TRS cable that was made specifically for the smartphones, you would run it from here into the headphone jack. But you can see what a minimalist setup that is, and basically that would be the setup. If I had this mounted on a tripod, it would be a really kind of slim design, and it feels pretty secure in there. So I've been kind of assembling a kit for mobile recording. So if anyone is interested, I can always do a video talking about some accessories for like your Samsung S10 or even your LG or iPhone. And so some kit I've picked up, including this, and I have a couple other pieces of gear. If anyone is interested, I can do a video talking about setting up a mobile video system for a smartphone. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you're interested, I will post links to this in the description below. If you're interested in tech, leather crafting, EDC, and multi-tool stuff, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll have more stuff coming up soon. You can follow me on all my social media. All the information will be on the screen or in the links below. Take care.